19 minutes past 7 o'clock. Speaking of shirts, there's been some big news from Wiggles HQ overnight. The original yellow Wiggle, Greg Page, is back after quitting the world famous group 5 years ago due to illness. He's putting the skivvy on again.
The Wiggles asked me if I'd like to come back, and I think it was at a time when I had realised that I can manage my health and I can give it a go.
But with Greg in, his replacement, Sam Moran, is out, and not everyone's happy about it. Showbiz commentator Peter Ford joins us now. Pete, a lot of people saying online Greg should have come back as a fifth Wiggle rather than dump Sam. What do you reckon?
Well, it would have been nice. It's not how the group works, though. Look, these things are never easy when someone is asked to move on. They're saying he's graciously decided to step aside. Well, we all know that's not quite the case. But I think in the overall scheme of things, the Wiggles are four people. These are the four foundation members back together again. I think we need to celebrate that. I think in the bigger picture down the track, as far as Sam goes, I think he'll look upon it as being a very interesting chapter of his life as part of that group, but he will now re-establish himself as a solo performer whilst at an age where he's young enough to still do that. In the same way that Julie Anthony did a stint as the guest singer with the Seekers, and Karen Knowles was the guest singer with the Seekers for a while, but of course Judith Durham was the one we always wanted to see back, and now this has happened with the Wiggles. Greg's back with the boys. Yeah,
because the boys bought Greg out, didn't they? Bought his shares out and paid over 20 million. He then lost it in property developments, but they hired Sam just on a salary. Now, there's all sorts of rumours that there was growing resentment from Sam that, he was part of the four but didn't have any of the upside.
Well, you're right. He didn't have, the full military honours. He was almost like a ring-in. He was, in effect, an employee. He wasn't a part of the empire. He wasn't a partner in the empire. But he was certainly handsomely paid, more so than he was as a solo performer or when he was working as a backup dancer in the shows and the occasional fill-in. So, look, if I was Sam's manager, I would say, look, take it on the chin. Play along with it, be gracious, as obviously he's doing at the moment. He's written nothing on Twitter, he's written nothing on his website. So I think down the track, he's cashed up. He now has a name that's established. This will lead to other things, whilst at the moment it may hurt a bit. I think in the overall scheme of things, it's going to work out very well for him. And it's great for Greg. And I think the whole financial thing has somewhat been overplayed. He owns the world's fourth largest Elvis collection, so he's only got to put that on eBay if he needed the cash.
Perfect. All right, Peter. They're all good blokes too, aren't they? Thank you for that.
They are terrific. Thanks, Koshi.
We'll be talking to Greg Page and the Wiggles live after 8 o'clock.